Hey there, listen. So basically, based upon the rules of YouTube and the community guidelines, we have to make sure that we cover ourselves with the use of, if we're going to be using content, we have to recreate it, add some commentary to it, fix it up, whatever the case may be. It can never be the original. Anyways, this is my fair use, copyright, recreation, and just making sure that I abide by the community guidelines and the rules and regulations of YouTube in reusing this content.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy King Jives. Listen, I want to introduce you to this wonderful, amazing artist and social media personality. She goes by the name of Dianca Glam, but she's also known by her fans by Auntietote. Listen, I want to introduce this lady to you all. You're going to like her. You're going to love her. Without further ado, here is Dianca Glam, Auntietote. What's up, lady?
A chiliando. What's going on?
Nothing much. Listen, I appreciate you taking this time to sit here with me and just discuss and talk and just chit chat.
Okay, what's up? Let's get into it.
So listen, I have been watching you for a while and I really do enjoy your content. Us content creators, everybody has their own feel of things or whatever, but your style of content, it comes from a certain place. And so I would love for you to tell the audience, like where you come from as a person, because, I didn't know at first, but you're a trans woman.
I am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So in that, we already live in this climate where just so much stuff is crazy and stuff like that. So as a person, you're Auntietote online. Getting to know you, you're a choreographer, you're in the music industry. Hell, you've been co-signed by Nicki Minaj. And you do skits and everything. So just kind of give the people, give me a little feel of like who is Auntietote,
Well, the toe, Auntietote. A lot of my followers, people who don't know, people who think they know, people who come and try to figure out what's Auntietote. Auntietote is someone who's just confident in whatever skin she's in. And of course, we all know that it's the fit that makes the fashion. Right. So when they think of Auntietote, they think of all that I'm toting that comes with Auntietote. Okay.
Right.
And so, that's a large part of Auntietote. But the tote goes deeper than just the toe. See, baby, it goes all the way into the soul of the toe, okay? Mm-hmm. And the confidence that radiates when you tote and whatever you tote in. And that's what makes you a toter. And
see, when I heard you say tote, I was like, is she talking about her ass? Is that what she talking about? Like
that too.
Oh, okay.
That too.
Because I would see a lot of your videos, and like when I first started watching you, it was like, I guess a lot of women had a problem with you because it was like in your video, you would be like, oh, I know she's seeing. I'll be like, what? Do you really get a lot of negativity from females?
You know what? I'm gonna just say this. I was blessed to have a mother who raised me to have thick skin, okay? And my mother never had a problem with me being trans, definitely not being gay. The trans thing, she was like, and I never understood why until later on. She ended up telling me, she said she wanted me to make sure that that's what I wanted to do. Because she said, baby, we live in a cruel world. And when my mama said that to me, I said, ooh. Because I was one of those children. I was a mama's baby. So when my mama spoke, I was like, and so it prepared me for it. So when I growing through the gay life, because don't forget, I just didn't wake up trans and toting that.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that people forget a few things. They forget that we are first human beings.
Right.
That's first. And they forget that we didn't wake up This took dedication. This took determination. This took sacrifice, to a degree. And it's like all that to be disrespected. But I was ready for it. But when I got into TikTok, see, I was already on Facebook. Facebook is, the neighborhood classmates, your friend that stay 2 counties over, maybe the next state. But when you step into different realms of social media, see, them people used to seeing a toe, so they go. But it's people who ain't used to seeing certain toes, so they like, what? And I think they had to get used to seeing something for them to say, okay, but baby, baby, TikTok used to light me up, but I'm comfortable in my skin. I look at myself every day. Okay, but yeah,
So when
it
you
get,
did so when you did your skits on TikTok, like what type of scrutiny did you get?
it was weird because as a trans woman declaring herself, proclaiming herself the undisputed Auntietote, it was a big issue because it was the auntie. And I felt that, I get the, oh, is it auntie? And the this, that, and third. But then you will see a gay man emulate a auntie and he don't get that same negative feedback. So I was like, I'm in the image of what I'm portraying, and this person just putting on a wig, throwing, and so it lets you know that I guess um, you just have to literally look like a clown for them to like Kiki. But if you look somewhat appealing,
I
it's
mean,
like,
because
oh no, it's real ass backwards. But
Dianca, you're not an ugly woman, ugly trans woman. And see, like I was on somebody's show and I told them, I said, I don't like to call women cis women. You're just woman. I don't care whether you're trans or whether you're an act biological, whatever. I just call you what I see. I'm not going to disrespect anybody because
can
honestly,
can I ask a question? I'm
mhm,
sorry. I know that you're. Do you still feel that way when you're upset with a trans woman?
absolutely. It's the same thing. Like, I mean, because again, it's like you don't, because again, when you do things like that, it just portrays what's really inside of you. And it's like, I'm not going to disrespect you because I'm mad and I call you outside of your name, outside your gender, because again, what I see is what I see, even though I know it still is what it is. It shouldn't get disrespectful just because I'm mad at you. Because again, I have friends who are trans and everything like that. And it's just like, I'm not going to sit up here and disrespect them because they transition and I'm mad at you. So I'm gonna call you, you motherfucking nigga. I'm not gonna do that because I just again
But
didn't
I've
let.
seen it done, and I'm sure you have seen it done, right? Have
Mm-hmm,
you ever seen it done?
mm-hmm.
Mm, okay.
So in in your skits and everything, in your skits, especially on Facebook and social media, like what got you into doing things like that?
Well, you know what? I never was a class clown, okay? I was a teacher's pet. I was a student who teachers say, let her come over, for the weekend. I went to the Boys and Girls Club, so I was always active with people. I grew up with a very average, normal life, as childhood. But so I knew I could dance. I knew I could write poems. I knew I could rap. Baby, I ain't never been able to sing a lick, baby. I can't sing a lick. Look. But see, honey, we know what we can, know what we can't, and we be grateful for what we can do,
Right,
okay?
you know
So
your
what I
strengths.
can do was those things, okay? But I just never, well, I am an auntie. I have nephews and nieces that came from my siblings. So that was one. And I don't know. I just transitioned, and the rapping was something I did to get eyes on me. And it's just like one day you wake up, you say, well, let me do this. And you do that. And it's really you because it's real issues that happen in everyday life. And I think that they forget that trans women have nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, cousins, family issues, good, bad. And so it's like, I don't want them to think that all trends come from a life of just the gay world and they can't relate to a heterosexual home when that's what they came around. Auntie totes like me, messy, nosy. So we have auntie totes in family. So I felt that they needed to. So let me be the auntie tote that I've witnessed growing up, and that I used to just smile and didn't know that I was living for her personality at that age for my aunties and my mothers.
So is Auntie Toe the person who be on the phone? You got aunties like that be on there doing all that?
Auntie Toad is going to give you every caliber of an auntie within the urban community. Baby, you may pull up a video Auntie Toad just laid back chilling. You may pull up one Auntie Toad is stirring the pot, getting the family crunk. You may pull up Auntie Toad is gone because we have all those different personalities in our family. We really do.
Okay.
You may
So
pull up Auntie Toad, but guess what? Auntie Toad is always going to have a message at the end of every skit, a learning lesson at the end of every skit. And there's been a few of my totals who didn't clock that. I have one particularly in mind. He said, you know what? At every end, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm going to kind of teach what I know, and I can receive what someone else know. I can't.
so in your skits, I've seen you do like where you're standing in your backyard and you're just giving a lesson that's just off the top of your head. And then sometime you're like driving in the car, and I guess a niece or nephew, they'll pull up on the side and you pull up like, niece, what you doing out here? Da, 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 whatever. So
What's the vacations, baby?
yes. And so
I do
like,
that in real life. I really do that in real life. You have to think I'm in real neighborhoods. This is no stage. This is no production. This is straight off the press. I have just clicked on the camera and rolled through my old neighborhood and went to flag in the I and people be like, that isn't dangerous. That isn't. I'm not doing anything terrible, baby. I'm brightening lives, honey. I don't think the universe would do that to me because I don't deserve that.
right. So you've dibbled and dabbled in music.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get into the music industry? Because I mean, you go from choreography, you do skits, and I enjoy your skits. So you got into music because I saw that you were like you were doing some raps and stuff like that, because you was like telling people like, oh, y'all don't know, I can get down, I can rap, and then you did it, and then you got a response from Nicki Minaj, and it was just like, oh shit.
But it was October the 2nd. Look, baby, that's my anniversary. And it was on a Sunday evening. It was on a Saturday. And I was getting ready to go to an event. I was in Atlanta. Um, and I don't have notifications on my phone like that because I don't like to be in public and it be ding, ding, ding. But for some reason, I had the phone set up. I was getting ready to do my makeup, and I heard a ding, and I looked, and I went to my. It was around about 7:02 to be exact in the evening. So, babe, I had to look, honey. So, babe, I thought was seeing. I not me who the did baby. I was the what that is screenshot
Uh-huh.
because I'm verifiable. I'm just a verifiable queen. And then I opened it up because the screen was locked, and I want to get all the way in it. And I said, no, she did spin this block for me because I wrote a rendition. I did a cover with a full video, production video, okay? And she gave me 7 fire flames. 7, the number 7. That's the sign of completion.
Uh-huh.
Thing though. And I was just like, oh my God, like, because you have to think, I've done covers for a few other female rappers. And come on, do people have other things going on, But I was just grateful. Nicki Minaj, and I did somebody that I've been rocking with since they like after Jackie O, it was Nikki. You know, I have other female rappers that I vibe with, but when it comes to like heart, body, and soul, it was Nikki. So just imagine you, someone who you admire, someone who you like feel deeper than music, give you that one particular person who in your heart, the universe know that that's who you're number one, and they spin a block for you, and you like, damn. And this ain't no average, no regular, you know. But then I'm wondering why it took the tip of the top to give me 75 things when I've done little stuff, you know. So it all works out in the end. That's what it showed me too. It all works out in the end, baby. And all them no's, baby. Wait until the yes come. It may be. So you just go through things like that to where you just rely on the universe to give you inspiration to keep going. And she gave me the inspiration I needed, and I was like, and that was so beautiful to because Nicki Minaj to inspire someone like that, and it
Now,
was very inspiring. And that's when I started doing skits.
now
After
you,
that, yeah.
now you, I mean, speaking of Nikki, like you've been in the music for a minute, and you did something with Auntie Deb.
Uh, you know what? Ironically, Auntie Deb, Mother Deb to me because she was mothering me when I went in front of her in 2015 at the B100 showcase. Okay, I went in front of the same woman who Nicki Minaj went in front of the first. I went in front of her in 2015. I shared the footage on my IG on a Throwback Thursday. I was just reminiscing. So that was what year it is. So how many years that's? Do the calculations because I don't even want to do them calculate. How many years?
I'm about to do like you now.
If it's
I'm about to do.
I can do them, but I don't want to say it. You got to say it. If that was 2015 and this is 2024,
About 9 years, I think. I might
yeah,
be off.
yes, you right at it. Um, so yeah, but unfortunately, you know how well I don't know if you're familiar with Duval County, but baby, we the bang where they hang 'em. And they do mean that literally. Before the competition, we made it to the finals. The next day we came back. And all the finalists, I was numero uno, the one and only, and trans woman there. And someone performed, disrespected that, from my understanding, because I was backstage getting ready to finish them off, baby. I was finna finish a flat line, okay? And baby, they said I just saw a big old confusion out there. And I jumped up and everybody was screaming. And baby, I think one of the guys, one of my homeboys from, you know, that's what we say from when in prison. We say, "Child, that's one of my homeboys." So one of my homeboys must be did something disrespectful to Deb, to Auntie Deb or something. And they just shut everything down. Just shattered so many people's dreams because of one idiot. You saw when I was doing the video how the guy came out. See what I'm saying? So this is proof of, and me by my lonesome, my daughter went with me. My trans daughter went with me. See, birds of a feather flock together. She said,
So
"Come on, mama,
did,
baby."
did you get a chance to finish it?
No,
She didn't call you back and try to give you another round? Because you can't be number one now, and then they don't, because they just didn't do it.
it wasn't. It wasn't nothing personal. I think she had been to several other states, but I don't even think she ever. Nothing ever transpired with those states either. I don't know what happened with the tour. I just know what happened in Florida, in Jacksonville, and it was that. Those other states, I think that it, I don't know what happened. I was in touch with a couple of the agents who was handling the finalist information. They was like, "Listen, give us a month or two. We're gonna swing back by everything." Woo, woo. And that went on about. Then I talked to her, and she was like, I'm everything is gonna be up and popping. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know what happened,
Just okay.
and it just blew over or whatever. But yeah, but it was an amazing experience. I don't know if it was production issues. I don't know, but they did act up.
Okay. Even after the music industry, like Dianca came from somewhere. Dianca, you know, she's done a lot. You know,
Phew.
what has the hustle been like for Dianca as a trans woman?
Mm. Back in my generation, so I'm thinking 1920, 21, 22.
You said 1920?
No, meaning 19 years old.
Okay, now
19
okay.
years old, 20, 21, 22. Back in that at that age for me, I'm an urban girl. You know, like I'm not a valley girl. I'm not a suburban girl. I'm an urban girl. So I grew up urban. You know, I grew up 3 blocks up the corner, around the street. It's a hood. It's something called the projects. Okay. Um, I still did well in school, but I needed money, and I used to like to dress. Okay. I used to like to dress. I came across some gay people at a straight club. Okay. And it was 4 of them. And I was with my cousin, and she knew them. She was they don't want to say fish, but we don't mean disrespect when we say fish. Fish mean real. That's
Right.
what, okay?
Right.
But females don't understand that. So some of them, you know. But I was with my female cousin, and she knew one of them. And I was just sitting back. And I was just seeing, baby, they had long nails. And baby, one of them had a bob, bam. And baby, they had on a leather jacket with the fringe. And baby, they had on the leather boots, and they leather pants with the big leather butt belkers and the nails and the hair. And I was like, oh my God. And so I'm watching my cousin talk to one of them or whatever. And then, you know, this is why I say be careful what you say, because you never know who you're around, okay? Because my cousin didn't even know that I was in such admiration, okay, by watching these human beings that helped me say, that's what I am. Look, so Cham, we had to went home, and my cousin, I was trying to listen in, you know, that's why parents need to be careful what they say around children. I'm trying to listen in, and baby, I just needed some kind of hint to find out where they be. Okay. And I had to hear my cousin say a beauty salon that they be at. Baby, why I done got on directory. Baby, I'm trying to find these. And I found them. And these were my older clique of gays who raised me. And the ironic thing was all of us stayed on the same side of town, the north side. I was like 16. They were like 20, 21. And they took me under their wing, and they raised me, and they taught me about fashion. They told me what not to do. They told me what to do. And that was a group of gays that I came up on, and they did stunts, crafts, schemes. We call them crafts. They did crafts. And then there was the other gays who turned the tricks, who dealt with the Johns, who walked the beat, who was on the scroll. So you either had to do crafts or
So
hit that scroll.
so just break it down for the people that's
Mhm.
watching this, what the difference is, because I mean, again, being a gay person myself, I know what it is.
Gotcha.
And here's the thing, like that may not be my story or my testimony,
Mhm.
but again, you have to respect everybody for where they are, where they came from, or whatever
Definitely.
the case may be.
Definitely. I
So
definitely agree.
when I lived in Minnesota,
Mhm.
not Minnesota, well, yeah, that too. When I lived in Memphis, even living here, I living in Florida, I didn't see it much because I'm a church kid, so you know that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's like when I lived in Memphis, I really saw what the track was.
Oh.
Like people don't really talk about that because they want to show you this glamorous side of, you know, the the individuals, the trans women, trans boys, the gay boys, gay girl. Like they don't never tell you like everybody doesn't have this, you know, beautiful side. Like some people are really out here on the track. You know, they out here having to, you know, hustle and get it in and do sex work. Because that's really what the track is. You're going to go do sex work. And then you said the other one was crafts, which
Mm-hmm.
is scheming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scamming, scheming. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
just in your words, just tell us what that was like.
Mm. Well, you have to do what you have to do. Okay. And you have to do what you can live with doing. Okay. You have to do what you have to do. And you have to do what you can live with doing, whatever it is. For me, I'm not a church kid, but in a way I am, okay? Because I had literally godparents, okay? I went to church more than any one of my other siblings. I've been baptized. So, I'm very spiritual, okay? But growing up, I did that because that's what we were told to do. That's
What
what
we
we
trying to
were
do? Yep.
in a way forced to do. And I'm glad that I did do it or whatever. And so me, it's kind of like being rational. I seen the girls who used to work the scroll and work the beat, and then I seen the girls who used to do the crafts and do the scams, and I was like, and I tried to hit that beat one time. Oh,
You said not for you.
I try. Let's talk about it, baby. Tried to hit the beat. Following my friend girl, baby. Her name was Suzanne Sugar Baker. Her name was Suzanne Sugar Baker. You hear me? And
Uh-huh.
baby, I done come and I I caught myself walking her to the beat because we stayed 2 blocks from the beat, baby. And the beat is the stroll, the trike. Different areas have their different jargon and different slang for it. So we call it the beats, baby. Where baby, you finna beat that beat. Okay. And so, baby, I caught myself walking her to the beat one night. And baby, I had a boyfriend, baby. He mad, baby. I'm trying to make him jealous. I'm young, baby. I'm trying to show him, baby. I better walk up to the beat. Baby, I done got to the beat. And baby, he done pulled up saying beat, beat. And baby, he done jumped out. Somebody, what you trying to do? Me, fly, Jack. Baby, I about would have slid me one in there, baby. One would have pulled up. Okay, baby. And baby, he jumped out. And baby, we done went. He didn't. So I ain't have a man who told me get that bread, baby. Shit, I don't give it. You have them out here now, baby. Them little secret pimps.
Uh-huh.
Baby, mine's ain't. And I'm glad that I had this type of man at 19. And baby, he was an Aries. He said, no, 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 you won't be doing that. And I just left that at that. I left that at that. I left that at that. And I had one issue, even trying to remotely do something like, and it was just like, and I just had to find something else to do. And then my girls already did something else, but I'm the little sister, so I don't know if they gonna give me the work. And baby, I'm like, listen, y'all not gonna be making this money. And I was intelligent enough, because it takes a certain level now to be out there on that beat. It take to be ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm more intelligent than I am ruthless. You know, and to be out there on that beach, you got to be ruthless because some of the situations you can be put in.
Yeah,
So
like because being on the beat, the track, trans girls, they face life or death situations because I remember like even in Texas, like it was a lot of girls just dropping. They get found here, they get
uh,
found there, and it just be so scary because it's like you see the media, they'll post it up, and then you see all these negative comments about, oh, this was that person, da 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 da, and it's just like that was a person though, that was a human being, like they had to do what they had to do to survive.
right. And can I say this? With the negative comments and the hateful comments and the mean comments, okay? One of the most utterly ridiculous go-tos, okay, fabrications is 9 times out of 10, he didn't know. She was tricking people. That's what they do. That's what no, 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 no. That's not what we do. Okay. And I cannot speak for all. I
Yeah,
cannot
talk
speak
talk
for
about
all.
that because a lot of people like to say that like, you know, these trans men or these trans women, they be out here tricking people. Like, talk about that real quick.
Well, I'm gonna say this: people force themselves to believe what they want to believe, to console what they don't want to believe. Okay, so they don't want to believe that a guy that looked like the guy that they would be attracted to a trans woman. They just don't want to believe that, and that is no different from a woman. Don't want to believe that this man is finna sleep with this woman who got 6 children, who live in a project, who's still catching a bus. Some women feel that the audacity. Some women cannot register that it's not about what they see in another woman, it's about what that man see. And so going back to trans women, they don't want to recognize that a man can see beauty in a trans woman. They don't want to recognize that. Not the type of man who lay up with them, the audacity. Because they only deal with woo doo woo, and they look like it's not about how they look, meaning the woman. It's not about what she do. It's about that man. And sometimes you have to throw your hands up and say, "Hey, babe, I don't know what nobody do, but I just know what I do." And just, but the to be so rude and hateful towards us, baby, honey, they should be happy. Some of them men, some baby, who would want every man? And it's the entitlement of thinking that every man is their man. I have never seen not one man who give off a heterosexual demeanor in a picture with a trans woman, and they say, "You know what? I'm happy for them. At least he with somebody he want to be with." They feel as though every man should be straight. Really? Every man is not even a good man. So why would you want every man to be straight?
Right.
Why would you want every man to be straight? Why not see a man with a trans woman and say, "Well, good for him, baby. That mean he out the way. Baby, that mean I don't got to worry about my sister, nobody bumping into him," instead of making people feel guilty for liking what they like or who they like. And all this, oh, who finna stand to be somebody's secret? 97% of them is somebody's secret. We're gonna
Mm,
start with that.
well,
It,
talk about it.
everybody have been somebody's secret.
Talk
We're gonna
about
start
it.
with that. Are you serious? And it's not about somebody being somebody's secret. It's about people respecting people's business. And what do my business have to do with anybody else outside of me and the person I'm with? So it's
Right.
the head game they try to use to make trans women feel less than or guilty or as if we're being shitted on. Honey, we know what we're doing. And baby, half of us, we choose our business to be our business. So who feelings hurt? Because don't nobody want their business sold. I don't want my business sold. I'm lost. If you're not my husband, I just don't parade around anybody I sleep with. That's not nobody's business. Baby, they wouldn't even look at me as Auntietote if I told everything, because baby, I get smiled. I'm just playing. But no. So yeah, it's just the hateful comments because they just don't want to face the fact.
How did you make it to where you are today?
Baby. Um, it's a verse that comes to mind, baby. And the verse says, investing with fraud money for my craft, okay? And our Kodak Black says that, honey. So, baby, honey, you know if the male rappers, baby, rapping about investing with the fraud money they make, investing in something greater, baby, honey, I had to do my craft, baby. And in the midst of that, I had to invest in me. I had to like self invest. I did pageants before all this, before I became a Instagram sensation and Facebook as far as social media mainstream. I did pageants and did drag shows. I have several titles: Miss Duval, Miss Metro, Miss. I have several titles: Miss Metro New, Duval, Miss Duval New, several titles in the LGBT world. I opened up for Jackie O. I was a phenomenal in doing female impersonation. Okay. This was before. Okay. I went through a situation with my community and I was blackballed. I was
Well,
blackballed by a group of the LGBT community. I was blackballed, banned. They in that arena they call it banned. I was banned from a pageant, a group, a system that I won. They banned me, told me don't no more. She can never come back. And had that never happened, And mind you, it was once Duval, always Duval was the motto. It was a pageant. LGBT people can banish another LGBT person. They did it to me. They made a whole post. People was coming up under the post. I won the pageant. They took my name off the banner. And at that point, I could have just fell to the wayside, you know. But I was like, hey, had that never happened, I would have never thought to start rapping and doing skits. I had that never happened, I about would have still been doing drag shows. Had that never had them people never told me, take my ass on, don't come back over here. Trying to hurt me. Yeah, they did that, baby. I have the screen, I have the proof. I'll send it to you. They made a whole post.
Did you ever
My
like
own community. My
were,
own community. My own LGBT community.
were you ever a part of a house?
No, I was part. Well, I'm part of a family, the Glamours. A house is more so kind of like ball scene. It's
Okay.
still a family, but they call it a house.
Okay.
I'm a gay mother, so I have a family called the Glamours. I'm the mother, and I raised 13 gay kids. Name some of them. That the name that is on their identification is the name I gave them. A couple of, I think two. And so a house and family is kind of, it's the same, but well, because in balls they look out for each other, so it's the same. It's the same, but in different areas they call it different things.
Some look out for each other.
Huh?
Some of them look out for each other, not all of them.
Well, how was the person looking at, and they banished me. So yeah, no, they don't look out. It's very cutthroat, and it's very, what they call it, gatekeepish, in
Mhm.
certain ways.
And speaking of gatekeeping, like, okay, so you were we gonna dig on into this now. You were headed to a TV show
Hmm.
and you had to deal with some people that were not, they were real cutthroat and doing some underhanded stuff on with the show.
Yeah.
You want to talk
Um,
about that?
yeah, it's fine. Well, once again, for some reason,
So, you know, even transitioning and doing that from the house, when did you start your transition? Before you got into doing the pageants, or did you transition and then get into the pageants?
oh
Maybe
no,
I
I transitioned before I got into pageants. I didn't want to play like that because you have something called body, and I never did pageants when it comes to like on for like the gay guys. So I started doing pageants after I transitioned, and I started getting my work like bam, 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 and I ran into some issues back in those times with getting work. Work meaning body surgeries.
Mhm. Now, did okay, maybe this is, I don't want to be too intrusive. So let me just pause for a second. So did you get work done like black market, or did you go
Yes.
to,
Hmm.
okay.
I got both done. You can ask. You can. I'll give you that.
Okay. Okay. Because I didn't want to be intrusive or anything like
I
that.
know. I love it. You okay?
So how was that like getting surgeries on both sides, like black market and like going to regular doctors and stuff? I'm not gonna now. What I'm not gonna do is ask you about your private parts. That's what I'm not gonna do because I think that's a little
You
bit too
better
much.
not. Yeah. You know that goes without saying. When it comes to the surgeries, we all come from different aspects of what looks good to us. I tell people all the time, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that's what being a total is about. But you have to know, no matter what, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So can no one define how you should look? So with that being said, I grew up. My sister started dancing when she was like 18, like 17, 18ish, 18,
Now, when you
and
say dancing, what do you mean dancing?
at a strip club.
Oh, okay.
Okay. and I'm younger than my sister. So I can recall her going to work, and I can recall me sneaking out the house at 16, wanting to go up there and see what's going on. Okay, this literally happened. And one of my closest friends who I used to dance with, her name is Mama Do. She owned a strip club in Florida, in Jacksonville, called the Body Cave in Scruples. And I used to go up there, and I used to sneak in, and she used to let me come in, and I used to be watching these women, and them women was built like a brick house, people. And I used to see them just shaking their thighs, and I'm just literally growing up as a child, living through all these women unconsciously, you know. And when I decided to transition, those bodies that I seen, that's how I visualized, baby. I needed the tote to be told. Okay. And then it was straight black market back then. Well, I'm not gonna say straight black market, but when it came to breast implants, those were obtainable. But when it came to the shape, it was black market. And I remember the first girls I seen to come through with the shape. And it was the girls from down south, Miami. And baby, they used to come to Duval to the pageant that I got banned from. They used to come to that pageant and shake it up every year. You hear me? And a few of them had real shape, and then there was a few who knew how to put them pads on right. But they used to come through, and I used to be like, them girls not playing. Bitch, them girls got the yada, yada, yada. And so, yeah, so the Miami girls used to twirl through and tip. But it was the female women that I seen growing up in the strip clubs that really, I want that type of body. I want the small waist. I want the hair up. I want compass. I needed that.
You
And so I
wanted the
went black
total
market.
package.
Mhm.
I said you wanted the total package.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me,
So after you went through the whole transition, um, getting your work done, um, what was the next step for Dianca?
the next step for me was I needed to be able to do everything I wanted to do. I used to go to pageants when I was younger, and I used to see these people walk across the stage and pose and go up to the microphone and speak eloquently, and go back for evening gown and drop on a regalia evening gown with glistening rhinestones and rubies, and just smile and just be such a lady and be lovely. And then at the end of the night, they come and do a talent. So it took a lot, pageants and balls. So when I became Dianca, I wanted to do pageants. I wanted to test my skills on somebody's stage. You have to think, as a child, I grew up dancing on a stage. So because I've transitioned into Dianca, I am who I am because I am who I am. So I wanted to be on somebody's stage. And so that was the only way to go. Back then, trans women wasn't on a, a mainstream stage like that. So I got into pageantry with my community, LGBT community. And I started doing pageants, and I was very successful. I was very entertaining, and I left my mark in the pageantry world. Mhm.
Okay. So from the pageantry world, when and what made you get into music?
When I got banned, when they banned me from that, it just I didn't feel like doing shows anymore. Meaning female impersonation. I didn't feel like doing female impersonation anymore. I lost the thrill of it because of that situation. Because female impersonation reminded me of that community. So to be honest with you, I was kind of I was over it. I was over that community, and female impersonation and that community went hand in hand. Pageantry and that community went hand in hand. So I've always rapped. I just never took it seriously. I have raps back. I've been rapping since like 2009. I just cut on my back when what it was, MySpace. I'll just cut on my and just freestyle, just let it go, you know. And then when I went to prison, 20 something, I went to prison, and while I was in prison, I just started writing music because after I got banned from that organization, I ended up getting jammed up and went to prison. And when I went to prison, I just started writing music. And when I came home, 2018, I just started dropping it. I didn't want to go backwards. I didn't want to. I didn't want to go to prison, come home, then go back to that community. No, let me go to prison, come home, and let me start over fresh in a whole nother realm. And that's when I started rapping. Yes, started doing skits. Yes.
So in rapping and doing skits, you get into the music industry, you connect with Miss Deb from Love and Hip Hop, Waka Flocka's mom. Um, you're doing your skits on social media. You're really pushing forward, you know, because we see the videos and everything, which is very creative how you did a lot of those things and how you do a lot of those things because you know a lot of people feel like when you can just automatically just transition, become a trans woman, and things are gonna pop for you. You
Mm-mm.
did all that stuff yourself.
Yeah, I did. I did. Everyone wishes for that. We see a lot of situations, and we witness a lot of situations, a lot of entries into whatever business, whatever career, no matter what it is, it's still a business, it's still a career, and it's different levels of entries. You can go into a door through the back way, you can go through the window, you can go through the back door, as long as you get up in there, okay?
Mhm.
I feel that for me, it was a little hard because the entry, when it comes to I got it from the muscle, you know, and I'm not nearly where I want to be, but even with me reaching 100K, it was from the muscle. It wasn't from a celebrity friend, a celebrity family member, a good celebrity girlfriend. It was I had to put on my motherfucking thinking cap. Oh, I'm sorry, can I come? I had to put on my
Mhm.
thinking cap, you know, and and then coming from behind, you have to think. I was gone for 2 years. And then before that, I was gone for another 2 years. So that's coming from behind. And I was like, you just have to put on your thinking cap. So that's a lot going against a person. Not having nobody, no connect or no piggyback ride, and coming from behind, from leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back. That's why I had to stop and say, hey, enough is enough. See, baby, I thought I could do that time when I was younger because I was like 25, 27, 28. You know, I'm healthy. I know I got some. And see how I first went to prison was me, a little bit of me being impatient and me just ready to say, child, let me see what it's all about. Ain't, ain't that's crazy. Don't sit up there and shake your head. That's crazy. Don't sit up there and shake your head. Somebody, that was crazy of me. I didn't want to go. Ooh, that's a whole nother story, child.
But
And I'm
see,
being so honest right now. I'm living like I cannot believe.
okay, so look, so Dianca, so here's the thing. So, because you didn't tell me that now, you didn't went to prison twice.
Three.
Third, damn.
But they
Okay.
say, what? Three's the what? Three strikes out. Haven't been
Yeah.
back since. And
So,
mind you, minus the hair, everything's still the same tote. I've had the same tote since I was 20, and I didn't start getting in trouble being a bad girl until like 24. So I was already fully developed, and within my first 2 years of being trans, I was really done.
so question. How was that like being in prison as oh
Mm.
as younger? Like, what was that like? I mean, and if if you can't, if you can, some things you don't want to say, you ain't got to. But what was that like being in the whole system, in the prison system, as a trans woman? Because a lot of people, you don't hear their stories,
Mm-hmm.
but what was it like? First time, second time, third time,
Mm-mm.
and what'd you go in there for?
Baby, let me tell you something, honey. I didn't think the people was gonna do it when I was at the county jail. What happened was I was on probation. Okay, already on probation. Baby should be sit down, but I'm young, baby. I like a lot of money, and baby, I like it in lump sums. And baby, I like it coming because I'm baby. I done violated my probation, honey. Baby, now they didn't revoke my bond because I was already out on bond. So now they give me no what?
No
No
bond.
bond. So I'm sitting stewing. So, baby, I'm like, well, baby, I had to probably hit him for about a good like 14,000. Ow. About 14,000. So, baby, I'm trying to figure out the restitution. So, baby, I'm like, well, baby, can I pay it up front? See, this is how I did get it less time than I could have gotten. Because, baby, I knew how to pay my restitution up front because I put me a oin up. I ain't trying to overly wear my oin. I'm trying to put it up. Baby, the shouldn't be wearing their oins, and baby, that be the only oin. I'm just saying though. So baby, I paid me some upfront restitution. But baby, they said, oh, but baby, he said this is your woo woo woo, and baby, you here for no bond. So I I just said to the county jail, and the county jail, they had me in they had me in confinement initially because I was trans.
Mhm.
Baby, but I used to jot that paper down and write and tell me, baby, to let me out because I can take care of me. These are the same people we see on the street. We're just in one box now, okay? So, but it was the officers just didn't know how they would, especially mind you, this is 2005, 2003, 2005, like stuff like 2003, 2000. So this is back in the end. So over 20 years ago, And so it's like, but I was comfortable because I'm in my hometown. I've always been popular in my hometown. My siblings popular, my family popular, so I felt safe in my hometown. So they let me go in population, and when you get in population, you're around convicts who've been up the road, so they know how things go. You get in population to get a little bit of consolement, somebody to talk to, And I'm a talkative person. I love people. I respect people. They respect me. Like I said, I played sports in school, so I wasn't a gay who came up scared of people and sat in the house all day. So I think me growing up, going to the Boys and Girls Club and just being around people as a child, that's why I believe that children should be allowed to be children, you know. And so because it will grow them to be able to get along with people. So in the county jail, I'm in the county jail, getting along with the boys, and I'm going back and forth to court, but it was boring. And they were like, well, they think about giving you some more county time. I'm like, no. Now, mind you, I'm hearing the boys talk about prison. When I first got in general population, because that's what it's called, general population,
Mhm.
they was like, oh, you go up that road, boy, them niggas to be put. Them niggas, man. I'm like, hey, I don't have to do that, baby. I got that on the street. I don't got to go up no road to feel like I'm the delight, you know? And so when they gave me an option, either county jail or prison, I was like, oh, I don't want to sit in this county. And I was like, child, let me see if I can make it through. I was like, go ahead and give me 13 months, Chef. Don't worry about it because I don't want to sit here. And I think, and the boys like, oh no, they ain't gonna see you. I didn't think the judge was gonna send me to that penitentiary with them hard heads and them what? Lion, tigers, and bears to that
Oh
penitentiary.
my.
Me, shaped like this, with this. Baby, that judge hit that gravel so fast. 15 months, Florida State. I said, mercy. Baby, it was the baby. He hadn't had enough for the toll. And baby, when you first get to the to Lake, but what when you first get to the admitted um compound, you have to strip, get butt naked. Everybody in one big garage. You have to bust down, baby. Back then, you on that bus with them. You, I'm just thinking. I'm sitting here like, because I know they not finna make. Baby, they say inmate. You too. I said, what? Baby, I had to peel, baby. I went to peeling, baby, peeling it, Baby, them bit red. I'm talking about tobacco in their mouth, spitting tobacco like it's real deal. This was, mind you, we all the way in the boondocks. Don't know where we at. And all I'm thinking is, I cannot be the one that make an example out of. I'm already the sore thumb. I'm already the weakest link. It was me, and it was another, and it was a guy. He wore about 350. And baby, we the two sore thumbs. Who they think so? Who they finna rag on? Cause I'm finna be on point. We had to squat, we had to cough, we had to bend over, we had to run our hand. We all that, and baby, I was on point.
Is all it is.
You just have to tone. You literally have to tone everything out, like, and get in your own headspace. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyone who's been there, tell you, yeah.
So how did you survive? How did you like really survive in prison? Like, what was it? I mean,
Just, you know what? How I survived in prison was just using my personality, using my street sense, using my vigilance and my awareness, and me just knowing people, and using everything that I learned as a child, how to get along with people. Cause baby, I'd have been ran down with a shank pulled on me, attempted rape and all. And all I looked up at that man and I said, I don't deserve this. Cause I wasn't in prison doing carrying on like that, baby. I found me a gladiator and used to sit on down, baby, because I ain't finna be doing all that in here. Cause I was trying to make it home, okay? And baby, then they took me through hell and high water to get on the compound. Baby, they put me in confinement. Baby, I had to go and talk to the warden before he let me on their compound. And baby, when that man looked at me, he said, "Baby, I'm gonna give you one chance on my compound. And if it be any murder, any killing, or any fighting, I'm gonna lock your ass up in that chute, and you ain't ever coming out." Baby, I was scared. So, baby, when them children trying to run down on me and marry me off rip, hey, baby, go on. I don't even like your kind. I don't want bandits, baby. Them bandits, baby. I ain't want no bandits.
what's the bandit?
A booty bandit, baby. I don't want no bandit jumping on my trail and be clocking me upside my head and whooping me all over this compound like, baby, we on the street. See, baby, some people, they don't know. See, baby, some people is so insecure and just so gullible. Anybody jump on their trail, they flattered. They don't know that this man have preyed on you. Baby, they prey on you when you hit that dorm door, baby, they praying, baby. It's like fresh meat. They trying to see. Baby, they watching to see how many bags you're toting, to see if you got any zoom zooms or wham whams. Okay, let's talk about it.
Yes,
Like
sir.
on the street, they prey on you. They watch you. These people want to ride around and they big bodies and short and they drools to the baby. People sit back and prey on you. Okay, this goes on in prison. So baby, they prey on you when you come in that prison. And baby, they had to see this. So baby, they thinking it's finna go down, baby. With the and I'm souped up and they ain't seen this. I'm the only me on this compound. You ever been the only you anywhere? I was the only me on that compound with titties and sitting toting like this. Baby, some of the men had not seen nothing like me other than the female officers, and that's a whole nother story. Cause baby, how y'all got whole families on the street around here acting like these boys, y'all men when they out, baby, they convicts. I'm a convict, baby. They'll be mine before they be y'all's. Y'all not even here supposed to be in here doing what y'all doing and be trying to get it. That's a whole nother story, baby.
They
It
sleeping
be
with the inmates? No.
baby, I done see baby over what? A dozen get walked off handcuffed. Not finna have to go home to her husband and tell him what? Baby, you fell in love with a convict and be doing all that and be on the our trail, be on the strawberry shortcake trail, because you know they call its name is strawberry shortcake, baby. It's babies, it's little doodles, baby. These are the names that they call the LGBT people in prison. Meaning, and so So maneuvering in prison is kind of like just like on the street. People prey on you. People will pray. They want to see what you carrying. They want to see if you go to Vizzo, because if you go to Vizzo, baby, you can be a little mule, baby. Get that sight. You know, it goes down. You know, it's a hustle everywhere. People kill me. The same hustles that go on the street go on up that road. You know, the same people from the street end up that road. The same habits from the street end up that road. So it goes down up that road. You know, a lot of people be like, "Oh, I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy." You know, jail is not as terrible as people make it to be, because you can be, a lot of people have been rehabilitated by going to jail. A lot of people have broken habitual habits because of going to jail. You see what I'm saying? So I think that jail can be work for the best of some people to calm their ass down. You rather people to be in jail than in a great. See what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
for me, I use jail as a time to meditate. I did a lot of self reflection, soul searching, and I wrote music. I wrote skits. I kept a journal, a memoir, Queen Pen Chronicles.
Now, are you gonna publish that book anytime soon?
I am.
Okay.
I am. Queen Pen Chronicles me and my journey in prison, state and federal, as a trans woman. When
Now,
when, when I used to hit that compound, baby, I had to go to the warden's office, off rep. They used to have to sit me down and give me this whole lecture. I'm like, I'm a grown ass woman, like, but they had never dealt with the me. This is called paving waves. Now they have whole compounds for LGBTQ inmates. Back then, we didn't have that on luxury. They just started the whole compound, the LGBT um, trans program, what, 17, 18, 2018. I caught my first bid in 2005, 2003, like five or, yeah, five. Really?
now, now, the time that you said you had went to prison for 2 years, what did you go in there for?
You know what? Counterfeiting, counterfeiting money, counterfeiting IDs, counterfeiting business checks. hmm
So you was the boss. You was making that money.
But baby, that's how they said it when they wrote up the article and all.
Wow. Okay. So like people got to know Dianca in jail, not just, you know, this, but they got to know the person. So when you came out, this was your story. Like you didn't have it easy like some of the, pillow princess girls, You went through the life and you took your experiences, because this is the aftermath. You took your experiences and everything that you've gone through, and you came out and you did something with yourself. And you you put your raps, you put your things together, you put your skits together, you put your whole life out there. You built a following and all of those things to be where you are, and then you start getting attention from well-known personalities, well-known female rappers and stuff like that. How do the men rappers take you?
Hmm. You said the male rappers?
Yes, the male rappers.
You know what? I've been to coast artist music showcase. I've been to Miami Live. It's an artist showcase. I've been to B100 artist showcase. So with being in all those showcases, it was predominantly male dominated showcase. Okay. Now this was before the 100K on IG. This is before the freestyles on IG. This is for the production, full production video covers on IG. This is before my own hit singles, full production videos on IG. So this is what I mean by grind. I went to showcases. I was beating my feet for real. And so me just sitting in those same rooms with predominantly guys. Think back. I went to prison before I had to sit in that room with predominantly guys. I was in prison with all guys. Okay. So when I think about life, it's like life prepares you for different chapters of if you pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay. So me being in those rooms with those guys and all of us after one thing, music. All of us here to do one thing, hopefully show our talent, try to get on, try to get recognized, you know. So with that being said,
Yeah. So like being in prison with the other guys, with other males, and you as a trans woman, like how was that like?
you,
What was that
you know
like?
what? I guess you get to a point to where you keep being in a situation, you become numb to it, or you become a pro at it, or you master it. So being in a county jail in a dorm full of nothing but men, full-blooded men, okay? Going to prison, being in a dorm with over 150 men in one dorm every day on a compound with over 300 men. You get you learn how to respect people and carry yourself in a way to where they respect you, no matter who you are, okay? Because first I'm a human being and I ain't never played that. All that when they call child get to the back of the line, I'm falling in line wherever I fall in line at. Before I got to certain prisons, the gays will fall to the back. I don't know if they fell to where it was. I can't picture guys putting them to the back because there's some feisty strawberry shortcakes up there, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they just they felt. But when I got, I'm a falling where everybody else falling because ain't nobody better, no better than me, you know. And so when I got into the music industry, dealing with the males at these showcases, it was like, hey, we here for the same thing. We trying to make it. I went to South Soul in Atlanta maybe last year, got a whole standing ovation when I was done. With that video is also on my social a whole standing ovation. I was the only transsexual. It was probably like 13 guys and 9 girls. A whole and I'm like, oh my God, you know. And so I get love from other artists, whether they're a guy or girl, for the most part. I get so much love. And this is why I be fair when it comes to even guys or what, gay or what we call the trade. I've been accused of defending the trade. Oh girl, she defend no, I don't defend the trade. I don't defend the trade. I do defend the fact that every man is not trade. But I don't defend the trade.
All
You
right.
get it?
So I get it. I get it. So in the prison system, what was your cellmates like?
Whew. I've had multiple cellmates. I got to doing my PR with the officers. You know, you have to do your PR to where you can move and shake and make things bake in there. So with the officers, if I didn't want a cellmate, I would get them up out of my cell. It's different tricks they could use. They can block off a bunk and say the bunk is actually broke. So that'll alleviate you having a cellmate. And if you know what you know and you can pull a few strings, you can have that done. I have had cellmates. Being in a cell, do you understand what a cellmate, what it's like in depth of a cellmate? Do you understand that there's some days there's 4 walls and what like a little bigger than a 10 by 4, and you have to live amongst this person for 24 hours a day. Some days, if they act up, if it's a riot on a compound, if if a high level offenders come to they will lock us down all day. And so you're in one cell all day. Imagine being in your room all day with one person in your bedroom. Okay, because that's what a cell is. There's the bed, there's a toilet. So imagine being in your bedroom with one person all day, 24 hours a day. That is that is what a cellmate is like. I've had cellmates. I've had to get his ass up out of there, babe. I wake up and he's standing over me, gunning, gunning. Heck, I've had cellmates, baby. Oh, I've had my share of cellmates, but the bond you can grow with a cellmate, baby. That's minutes, hours, and these is men that stay boiling. It's something called morning hard-ons. So now, what you think happens when you in this one cell and you wake up with this boner? You done woke up with a whole boner, and then it could be your cellmate, could be an eater, and you don't even know it. Cause you know the eaters come in so many different bitches,
Oh,
baby. The children be eating between the hours, baby, because the doors will close at about 9, 10. So from 9 at night all the way to 6 the next morning, you in one cell. That's a lot of hours, and sometimes shit happens. And you
yeah,
can wake up the next day like ain't nothing happened because guess what? It's you and that person in that cell. So only you, that person, and who?
and the
Go.
Lord.
You know, sometimes shit happens. Just
So,
just just merely off of opportunity and and baby, you know that boil, baby. That boil is something boiling.
so question. Now, there's an old video that's going viral with Meek Mills. He
Mm.
said, he said, Meek Mill said, losing your cellmate is like losing a girlfriend. Now
Well,
you just said a whole lot before this. So is Meek Mills trying to tell us something?
I can't say if Meek Mills is trying to tell us something or not, but I will say this: it is some truth in that. I just said you're in the room with one person. You be in a room with your girlfriend for that one person, right? For hours. So it is some truth to that. Now, where he was going with it, I don't know, but it's a lot of people in prison have end up in the cell with their girlfriend,
Oh,
and decisions have to be made. Who gonna be the girl? Who gonna? So
what? Okay,
sometimes
so
it
so with that,
happens.
so with that being said, like, are there situations where, because in the regular world, people get to be top, bottom, verse. They got this new stuff called sides. I don't know what the hell that is, but sides on the floor. I don't know. But is it like that in there? Like, I mean, do people get to, or they just, it's whatever?
It's basically whatever. It's it's whatever, but it's it's a game, and it's all about who gonna dominate who gonna rule who gonna because see if you let them dominate you, if you let them top you, if you let them maneuver you, manhandle you, they're gonna it's gonna be the whole way. You can't just let them have their way with you in this area. Now they're gonna be the one who over your card. They're gonna be the one wanna control your bag, control your meal, control your zoom zooms. So it's like you have to be careful of where you go with people because you end up being their property, you know. And one of the clues if two guys are end up romancing, you know, the homo thugs, is when both of them cannot take the girl. Okay, see, usually if it's two homeboys, it's gonna be one that can't take the girls, and then it's gonna be one be like, she cool. But when it's both, it means he done told him you better not look at her. So you can tell by the energy. Oh baby, they love her and Shirley. You know, it's the energy, and baby, and then they be laid up in a room all day. Now they baby, they don't even have to come out they cell. It gets that serious in themselves, and that's you have to use the restroom in front of each other when you're in a cellmate. So when you at bottom, it's a bottom bunk and it's a top bunk. Whoever end up on that bottom bunk, they gonna be the bottom bitch. Let's talk about it. Okay. So when he jumped down from that top bunk, yeah. And so that is another way you can tell what's really going the fuck on. Oh, I can't cuss. So that's another way to tell what's really going on. But it is a lot of bonding. And then you have to think, you putting a man in such a vulnerable position. You know how it feel to get on the phone and they be stressed out and pressed up because they done caught 15 hard to the dope. Now they got to go in this cell, stressed up, pressed up, sexually frustrated. But does that make or break a man being a man?
No.
Women can do it. Women can get their rocks off and act like it never happened, but it is so appalling. Maybe never
A
even go back to that
man,
lifestyle.
when a man does it. Yeah.
It is so appalling. It's so disgusting, but they want to be treated fairly, but they don't even have a fair mindset. Baby, this girl can go have 10, 50 studs, get out, go back to her regular lifestyle, and everybody kiki hunky dory. No judgment.
So I have learned a lot just in talking with you because there's a lot of things that, and I know, quite a few things about the jail system and everything. And I've been gay for a while. So, I know, but it's like to hear somebody else's story and
Gotcha.
what they've had to go through, like you start seeing through their eyes of what it was like, and then you being a trans woman, what it was like going through the whole process of transitioning, going through the process of living. When I say living, I'm talking about fully living, like the good, the bad, the ugly, because a lot of times when you see somebody on social media, you just see that. You don't know their backstory. You don't know
Gotcha.
what they've had to come through. You don't know what they've had to go through. And you don't understand why a person says the things that they say or come off the way that they come because they have a story from where they come from and they're
Definitely.
trying to live in the now. And so I really do appreciate, and I know won't be the last time, but I really do appreciate your story of your life because again, people need to understand Dianca Glam. They need to understand Auntietote. They need to understand where this human being has come from and where she is in this present and where she is going to be going futuristic. And speaking of that, where do you see yourself
Ah.
futuristic?
Mm. That's a tough one. Well, it's not a tough one. Why you finna ask me this?
Well,
Oh,
because we get ready
mess
to
for this.
eat it.
You is mess for this. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So Dianca Glam, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Ready?
Futuristically, as far as music,
I,
a content creator, where do you see yourself?
hmm I really enjoy content creating. I really enjoy comedy now. I really enjoy speaking. I see myself a media mogul. I see myself venturing into stand up. I see myself on the stage entertaining. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So are you looking to work with media houses, different companies and stuff like different companies and networks?
Oh, definitely. I have some projects in the making
Okay.
as we speak. Definitely.
Yeah, let the people know that she got some stuff in the works. Y'all just don't know about it yet. Don't ask her either.
What?
You're gonna see it.
Right. Yeah. I have some projects in the making. Hold on.
Okay, so Dianca, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Hmm. I see myself on a stage. I see myself deeply into media. I also want to venture into maybe a little stand-up comedy. I want to tap into some other talents that I feel that is within me, and just take them to the next level. Definitely
So,
on level.
so do you have some things in the works for the future?
I do. I do. I do. I have some projects in the works, so
Okay.
be on the lookout. Some more music, but
Okay.
I have stepped into another genre of my entertainment world, and my projects will be dropping soon.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
you don't want to give the people too much. So Dianca has some music that's gonna be coming soon. She has some productions that's on the way. She ain't gonna tell y'all too much now because again, you know these folks nowadays, you gotta just let them see it, you know.
Yeah, you have to let them see it, and then too, people can, it's some underhanded stuff that goes on in the industry or whatever, but it's in the world period. So, but I don't see anything like that because I know that what's for you is for you, and baby, no human being can stop it. Okay,
Right.
just stay focused, keep it clean, and let your talent speak.
Yes.
You know.
Let your work speak for you. That's right. Well, Dianca, listen, on this segment, I have enjoyed talking with you, conversating with you, and I look forward to many more. Is there something that you want to leave with the people on tonight?
Nothing other than thank you so much for having me, King Jive, the long way. Okay. Um, to all my toters, we gonna tote because it's ours, and we gonna tote this mother to the right, the fortress. I love my total self, baby.
All right, well, Dianca, thank you so much. I appreciate you,
Thank you for having
and we will talk soon.